morning, welcome to Forexample Trading. I'm Ben Newman. The date is Monday the 29th of October and it's 10:50 UK time. The clocks of course went back, so we got an extra hour's sleep on Sunday, which doesn't really matter to us, but it also means that we're now in sync with GMT in the UK, which we're not for half of the year. So anyone that's trading knows that the universal time ready for trading, which is global, it doesn't change, is GMT, and that does change from summer to winter. So we are now in sync with GMT if you're in the UK, and that is pretty much how we measure our trade. So that news aside, we're going into this week as the last couple of days of the month, and I think at the moment it's pretty unclear what way the dollar's going to go this week. Friday saw some shocks in gold. There was a big spike in gold, which looked unexpected. Possible manipulation of the market, I don't know, but it really was out of sync from the way it was moving, which caught us all by surprise. So I'm just sitting tight and seeing what happens today. Now, if you do want to join us, then you can subscribe to the YouTube channel via the button here. If you're not, please do. Then you get notifications of any broadcasts I do. If you want to join us or have a chat with me about anything, how your trading's going, I'm happy to give free advice, no obligation, and you just do that via the link in the description for the free chat arena, and you can arrange a call with me. It's a message coming through on the trading arena. So you can arrange a call with me and go through where you are with your trade and see if we can help. If you want a regulated broker that gets around the EU ESMA regulations, you can do that with IC Markets, who I use. And again, the link is in the description. There's links to all of the stuff that you need down there. Now, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am waiting on the close of the hour candle on the Dixie, but I overhauled my charts yesterday. And what I'm willing to do is I've realised that the feedback I'm getting from beginners or people that are new to our trading arena is that often just the simple thing of setting up the charts in a way that really helps them see everything they need to see has been an issue. I don't, usually I keep my charts very plain, and I like to use trend lines on current market activity and just monitor it as I go. But if you're new, then you need things like support and resistance lines. You need them very clear. I'm just going to... okay, they're talking about the EU, the Euro USD. I'm just going to hide those. Sorry. I'll just show you what activity is going on in a minute, but it's just making me look, because we're waiting for the close of the hour candle on the Dixie just to see what's happening. But I think the Dixie probably is breaking through that trend line. So we'll have a look in a minute. But what I wanted to do differently today was I'm willing anyone that wants to join us to help you get started. And even if you're an experienced trader, this might help you. And I will configure your charts for you. So first of all, I'm going to show you Trading View, and I'm going to show you how I have my charts configured there. All right, and then I'm going to show you my MT4, which gives you everything you need. Even the candles have volume on them via colours. So I'll show you everything and we'll go through it. Today's focus, just so you know, is really we're hanging on what the Dixie might do, whether it goes up or down. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Events today, nothing really to shout about. So we'll just have to look at technical analysis and see how the day goes. Very often on a Monday, it takes till after New York opens before we've got really clear opportunities. Anyway, in the news, Euro falls, but right at this moment, looks like it might be going up. Dollar edges higher. Causes trade, Euro slips, but again, that might be changing. So that's going to really be the focus, and that will give us a knock-on effect on the other currencies. So I'm going to start with the Dixie, and I'm just going to talk you through my chart. Now, most of the time, you see my videos, and I have a white background and no indicators whatsoever, or I just have a stock and RSI. But I overhauled everything at the weekend, and this is what I'm going to advise people to do when they're starting out, or even if they're experienced and they want something that gives them a bit more information. I'm just going to talk you through this. So if you do want to join us, I will give you this setup. I will talk you through it and make sure you've got exactly the same setup. So first of all, we have a MACD indicator here, and that shows movement as well as volume. Okay, so it shows strength of currency, and you can see as these you can see as it in light red as it's getting stronger going down, light blue as it's getting stronger going up, and vice versa, darker red as it gets weaker again. And these points here are crossovers, and these will be guides on when is a good time to enter the trades. All right, red for a sell trade, green for a buy trade. And these are just a guide, but the MACD is very accurate when you've got this here, especially in a setup like this. It really does give you a lot of information. We've also got our day's lows and high, which are indicated by these green and red lines. Sorry about all the data coming in here. And this is a trend line that I've drawn in. It's an hourly trend line on the Dixie, and I'll just show you there. And then this gives you support and resistance points. Support and resistance points are a fairly broad subject in that, I'm just going to move this, I'm sorry about this, let's move this out of the way. Fairly broad subject, and they can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, and you can find support and resistance in all sorts of time frames and all sorts of movements. But this will give you the ones for the particular time frame you're looking at. Okay, it's a very good guide because you can start to see channels it's moving in. And this on the Dixie here has just bounced off this hour trend line, and we're waiting for a close on the hour candle here. Look, 3 minutes to go. Looks at the moment like it will go up, but if it breaks this trend line, we're going to have a whole bunch of trades to go at, including gold going up, okay, which is also sitting on the support line here. And this is the upper trend line that it hits on, well, it produced a new trend line actually on Friday, last thing when it spiked up. So just to talk you through these charts, now you can quite simply change this to a light theme. There you go. And then you can turn on and off the days high and low and the support and resistance. It takes you straight back to that very plain chart that I usually use. Really simple. You can just show or hide these. There we go. And then in a couple of steps, we're back to our custom theme. And this I will talk you through. Anyone that starts, I will set you up with this. And now I'm going to show you my MT4. Okay, and this again is my bespoke. So the candles on this MT4 show you volume. Okay, very strong buying volume here, very strong selling volume in red. Grey is an area where it's kind of in between, and it shows the volume bars here. And this is a really good indicator as to when something's going to change direction. You can see this very strong volume up, and then suddenly this big drop down. And the same applies if you get strong movement down, then likely is you're going to get the movement up. These lines are channels, okay, these are Keltner bands, and they show the movement between the range really, okay, so it shows range up and down. You can see it's pushed up to here, which was out of the ordinary. This is gold we're looking at. We look at it on a Euro US dollar. You can see here, look at that. So it's run out of steam here. This is on a 15-minute chart, and then it starts to pick back up. And you can see my MACD also shows volume, okay, via colour. So I will explain, I'll go through all the details of this. I've also got a currency strength indicator up here, which shows current strength of the different currencies. Again, something you really must have available to you when you're entering trades, because you don't want to be placing a yen trade, buying yen against the New Zealand dollar at the moment, for example. Okay, so, and this also shows support lines, pivot lines, and resistance points. Okay, and I've added a timer for your candles, which the MT4 doesn't come with as standard. So I will, if you join us, I will make sure that you've got this set up on your MT4 and this set up on your trading view. And as a beginner, this will really help you to start seeing the points at which you should be entering and exiting trades, as well as putting stop losses and take profit points on your trades. Okay. So there you go. Anyone new, from now on, I'm quite happy to talk you through. You may have your own setup, you've got experience, but I have had quite a bit of feedback that the plain charts that I usually use just don't show enough. And if we go through, you can see I prefer the black background actually, because it's easier on the eyes as well. So I will take you through this entire setup. And then I just have all of them loaded and saved in my tabs here at the top, which you can't quite see, but I have them all open, and you can just scroll through and you can quickly move from one to another. So I'm quite happy to help you set that up if you're joining us. There are still spaces in the trading arena, and again, all you have to do is arrange a call with myself by clicking the link below, and I'll make sure that you've got all the tools to get started. You get the 2 Forex courses, you get access to the trading arena with all the experience going on. There's a lot of activity going on in here right now because of this EU, so I'll just show you what's been happening today. So this is not just input, this is input by our guys that are in the arena. There we go. So you can see on the Dixie all these different trading ideas going in. And then we can see, I think this is a setup that Ryan's showing us on the Euro US dollar. So we're just seeing whether this is going to break up or down at the moment, but it's bounced off this trend line on the hourly chart. It's hit it 3 times. Is it going to go up or down? Well, I'm going to go back and have a look. In fact, I'm quite eager to get back to this now. So we'll have a look at that. But you can see this sort of activity is going on all the time. And here we go. This is on the UJ. And again, good. There's good reason to believe this is going to push up, but we want to wait and see whether this Dixie does strengthen from this point. And at the moment, it is unclear. We've just turned the hour candle, so let's see what's going to happen here. When the hour candle turns as well, by the way, you want to give it a good 5 minutes or so and just see, unless it moves very suddenly in either direction, just give it some time, because often it will move slightly in the other direction before it moves back in the direction that you want it to or don't want it to, but you should give it at least a few minutes just to settle and see which way it's moving. If we close into a 15-minute candle, it does at first glance appear it's going up, but I'm going to give this a few minutes. If it does continue up, then there's going to be a good trade on gold, probably down to 220, and then the Euro US dollar definitely going to be a buy trade here, and the same will apply to the USD JPY, which is here. Again, this will be a buy trade if this Dixie carries on rising. Well, see, there you go. So it did look, at first glance, it was going up. Now looks like it's going to come back down. It is sitting on a very key hour trend line here. So if it breaks through here, we've got some fantastic trades as well. Either way we have, but we need to be patient because this might drop back down here again. So I think for my money, it's going to be trading after New York opens. We'll see what that brings. And then I think this afternoon will be a lot clearer. There's certainly a lot to go at. We're on the last few days of the month, so it might be a little more volatile, a little more uncertain. But as we go into the new month, into November, of course, we'll have the NFP to go at as well. And that first week, usually, there's a lot of activity going on. So lots to look forward to. As I said, I will help you to set up your charts just like this, so you've got it really giving you all the information you need to be trading as a beginner. But even if you're experienced, you need this sort of information available to you very quickly, so you don't have to keep going through and doing an analysis on every single pair, and it's going to save you a lot of time when you're going through. Okay, so still spaces. We're still offering 3 months for £249. So if you do want to join us, just click the link below, join the free chat arena, arrange a call with myself, and we can get you involved. Have a good day's trading. Go careful out there. Mondays can be uncertain. My advice is hold on till New York opens and see what's there this afternoon. Thanks a lot.